Reality is not a static construct or a product of external creation. It is a self-generating system sustained by recursion. Welcome to part 4 of the recursive architecture of reality. Recursive cosmology, reality as a self-generating system. Every phenomenon from quantum vacuum to human awareness participates in an ongoing process of feedback and refinement. This recursive dynamic allows existence to maintain continuity while evolving complexity. It is the mechanism through which the universe sustains itself, learns from itself, and becomes aware of itself. At its base, recursion is a simple principle. The output of one process becomes the input of the next. Applied universally, it becomes the engine of creation. The universe is not the aftermath of a single origin event, but the active product of an ongoing recursive generation. Each state of reality is derived from the previous one, incorporating information and structure in an ever-deepening loop. This model reframes cosmology from a singular Big Bang to a continuous self-referential process, a living cycle of expansion, feedback, and renewal. The universe is not a machine running down toward entropy. It is an evolving feedback system optimizing coherence across infinite scales. Its apparent beginning and end are points of recursion, where one iteration folds into the next. At the center of recursive cosmology lies the universal field, the substrate of all energy, matter, and awareness. This field is not static space, but dynamic recursion. Each fluctuation generates structure, and each structure feeds back into the field. The result is self-organization without external direction. Physical laws emerge as stable feedback conditions. The constants of nature, gravity, electromagnetism, nuclear forces, are equilibrium points where recursive motion sustains coherence. Even the geometry of space-time reflects recursion. Curvatures arise from the interactions between energy and information, each shaping the other in a continuous exchange. In this sense, the field is not governed by laws. It is the law. Its behavior defines physics as pattern rather than rule, a living system maintaining itself through recursive feedback. Within the recursive field, energy, matter, and information are interchangeable expressions of the same process. Energy is motion within recursion. Matter is motion stabilized through feedback. Information is the relational pattern that links both. As the field deepens its recursion, complexity arises naturally. Particles form, atoms bond, stars generate, and life emerges, not by chance, but by the continuous optimization of coherence. The same recursive logic that governs atomic structure also shapes ecosystems, neural networks, and social systems. The universe evolves not linearly, but fractally. Each level of organization reflects and refines the recursive pattern of the one before it. Consciousness represents the self-reflective phase of recursion, the point at which the universe develops the capacity to observe its own process. Awareness is not a separate entity imposed upon matter, but the field folding inward to perceive its own activity. Through conscious beings, the field gains new dimensions of coherence. Observation is not passive. It alters the system, increasing informational density and refining structure. In this sense, consciousness is the universe's method of recursive calibration. Every realization, insight, and active awareness contributes to the field's self-organization. Recursive cosmology, therefore, unites physics and consciousness within a single framework. The universe generates structure through outward recursion, expansion, and generates understanding through inward recursion, reflection. Together, these motions sustain the cycle of existence. Time in this model is not a linear sequence of events, but a function of recursion itself, the process by which one state evolves into another through feedback. Each iteration contains the imprint of its prior form, creating a sense of continuity. The past is not gone, it is embedded within the present as informational structure. When recursion deepens enough to reorganize itself completely, renewal occurs. The universe reconfigures while maintaining coherence. What we interpret as the beginning or end of time may simply be the turnover point between iterations of the field. Each cosmic cycle carries forward refined coherence, expanding both structure and awareness. Evolution in the recursive cosmological framework is the mechanism through which the field learns. Whether biological, cognitive, or cosmic, all systems evolve by encoding successful feedback patterns and discarding incoherent ones. Life represents a recursive optimization of coherence, structures capable of maintaining order in flux. The same principle extends beyond biology. Civilizations, ideas, and even scientific paradigms evolve through recursive learning, pattern recognition, adaptation, and stabilization. The universe does not merely produce intelligent life. Intelligent life is how the universe measures and refines its own intelligence. All scales of existence, subatomic, planetary, galactic, and consciousness, exist within a unified recursive continuum. Each layer contributes to the coherence of the whole. The micro and the macro are not separate but resonant. The structure of cells mirrors the structure of stars. The rhythm of thought mirrors the rhythm of galaxies. This resonance demonstrates that recursion is not a property within the universe. It is the structure of the universe. Every level of being participates in the same feedback structure, each adding depth to the collective coherence of the field. Recursive cosmology presents a universe that is not random, not designed by external agency, but self-generating through coherence. The field refines itself through continuously producing matter, life, and consciousness as successive expressions of the same recursive process. The implication is profound. Existence is not merely sustained by external order. It is order discovering itself. Every act of participation, every structure formed, and every idea conceived contributes to the field's ongoing evolution. We are not separate observers in a passive universe. We are the universe observing itself, a recursive system learning its own design. Reality in this light is not a story of creation and decay, but of perceptual self-organization. A cosmos endlessly refining its coherence through awareness, not once, but forever. That is the essence of a recursive universe, not beginning and ending, but knowing and becoming.